is Tuesday Inspiration with Toby. Thank you for joining me always. I'm sure that you're doing great today. It's time to get inspired. So I'll take you straight to today's topic, which is evolve. Evolve. The only business that one should have in this life is to move from point A to point B. Not just move, but make a meaningful move, in the sense that you need to keep progressing, you need to keep learning new things, you need to keep ensuring that you're getting the best out of the situations or the relationships or the business activities that you're involved with. If you want to go far in life, you have to be somebody who is ready to evolve, who is ready to keep evolving, who is ready to keep growing and changing your patterns, changing your way of life, changing your stereotypical thinking, and ensuring that you're getting the best out of life. Your current situation does not really matter. If you would get successful or you would not get successful. What matters a lot is your ability to evolve, your ability to evolve, your ability to change deliberately, your ability to tell yourself that yes, you're going to make a difference in your generation, that long after you're gone, people would also remember you. I say this every time, that it's important for us to do things that will be remembered for after we're even gone, when we cease to exist. Let people see your work. People like Thomas Edison, people like Michael Faraday, they were people who evolved over time, and people begin to see their work. Their work still speaks for them till today, not because they wanted to be ordinary people. If you want to be an ordinary person, you have to think again. Those who are successful are not regarded as ordinary people. They are seen as people who have defied all odds, who have tried their best to get to where they are today, not because of that nonchalant attitude, not because they didn't put in more efforts. Some people will think that yes, because they're born into rich families that have a lot of money, then they don't need to evolve, they don't need to change, they don't need to put in more work. If you don't put in more work, how then do you sustain the wealth? If you want to sustain wealth, for example, you would have to put in more work, because the moment you minus a million naira from 500 million, it's no longer 500 million, it's going to be 499 million. So you want to keep up getting more, you want to make an additional million, so you would have to ensure that you're doing the best, or you're trying to see how you can sustain that business. You have to keep building yourself, you have to keep getting to that point that you so desire. If you build yourself to the point that the only option you've got is to keep evolving, is to keep learning new things, is to keep doing your best, then it becomes a way of life. You have to build yourself to that point. It's not just something that happens overnight. It's something that you deliberately have to put in effort, you have to put in work. You need to ensure that you're not thinking negatively, you're not thinking low of yourself, you're not doing things the same way and expecting different results. So many times you hear that, oh, you can't do this the same way and get the different results. It's just the truth. If you must get something, if you must get something meaningful out of what you're doing, you must try to evolve, you must try to change your patterns, you must try to change how you think, you must try to change how you talk, you must try to change how you do things. Basically, you have to stop looking at yourself like somebody who has achieved so much, and start looking at yourself like somebody who would achieve so much in the nearest future. You have to stop acting like you've gotten all you need, because you've not gotten all you need. If you've gotten all you need, maybe you need to stop existing. But so long as you're existing, you need to ensure that you're doing the best you could to get to greater heights, to get to unimaginable heights, to achieve unimaginable feats, and just become that successful person. Here's a quote from Lebo Grant. Lebo Grant said, "Here's the new reality. Evolve or become irrelevant. Innovate or die. When I saw that quote saying innovate or die, it struck me. I'm like, wow. Meaning that everybody has to be innovative, you have to be creative. Regardless of what you're involved in or what you're involved with, you have to be creative. If you're doing something this way today, you would want to look for better ways to do it. Every time you do something, you need to understand or put at the back of your mind that there are better ways to do it. So you can't stop at that place. You have to keep evolving. You have to keep changing the narrative. This is from an anonymous person. I couldn't get or lay my hands on the person who wrote this quote. It said, "You are under no obligation to be the same person you were a year, a month, or even 15 minutes ago. You have the right to evolve. It is your right to evolve. It is the right thing to evolve." So are you evolving? What exactly are you involved with? Are you trying to evolve? Are you trying to change the narrative? Are you trying to grow? Are you trying to develop? Are you trying to just make the best out of life? These are questions you need to ask yourself. Why am I involved in what I'm doing? Am I doing it to evolve? Am I doing it to change the narrative? Am I doing it to grow? Am I doing it to become a success? Am I doing it to just please myself? If you're doing things sometimes to please yourself, you probably would be doing the wrong things. So you need to understand that pleasing yourself in your workspace, in your personal life, is not really the goal. The goal is for you to be happy. Yes, it's okay for you to be happy, but you need to understand that the goal is for you to be happy and achieve meaningful success. Meaningful success is very important. It's very important for you to achieve meaningful success. If you keep evolving, if you keep growing, if you keep changing the narrative, then you'd see that your life would grow and blossom into that amazing thing that you wanted to be. I am Oluwatobi Olarende. I am evolving. I am changing the narrative. I'm inspiring you every day. I come up with contents every day because I evolve. I change the topics and just try to see how we could grow together. So join me every Tuesday for another amazing, awesome, mind-blowing Tuesday Inspiration with Toby. I'll see you next week, Tuesday. Until we meet, please evolve. The next time I want to hear from you, I want to hear that yes, you've changed from a particular thing to a greater thing. You've changed from this pattern to a more better pattern. So I'll see you next week, Tuesday. Thank you for joining me. Don't forget to subscribe to all of my social media platforms, my YouTube channel. Follow me everywhere and let's grow together. See you next week, Tuesday. Bye.